Now I'm going to add some additional details to my pear. I'm going to go to File, Place. So you're more than welcome to just leave your drawing without any shadows or highlights, but I prefer something with a little more detail. So on these drawings, I'm going to look at my reference image and try to get a few extra details on here. I know this one is just a contour line drawing, but you can add some highlights and things like that too. So I just file and placed my image off to the side. I wanted to show you here too, you can crop an image. This is new. So I can go through, and if I just want to see like one of these pairs, I can go through and just crop that. Hit enter. And now I just have the one pair. Oops, I want to make sure I hold shift as I stretch things so they don't get distorted. Okay, so this is what I use for my reference picture. It looks a little different, but that's okay. But I wanted to show you, once you've image traced and live painted, you can still go in with some of your shape tools, with your brushes even, and go in and add a few highlights. So usually what I like to do is just like look to see, like, okay, there's a highlight here. I'm gonna go back and just make some random shapes. There's a highlight here. And I'm tracing right over the picture, but you can do it right onto your pear as well. But watch, I'm going to change this to a little bit lighter to make it a highlight. Oops, try that again. And now I'm going to drag this over. And my pear looks a little different. That's okay. That was kind of there. This highlight is kind of here. And let's make that one a little bit lighter. But anyway, you can drag things like this and add some highlights. Hold shift to grab both of them. And I like to just play with the opacity. So you could make some really subtle little highlights by just painting or drawing or using the pen tool or shape tools and just like making a very transparent shape over top of these. You could create some shadows as well. So you could use the pen tool or you could use the shape tool. Sometimes I like to use the shape tool. So I could do something like this. I'm going to make the fill black. This is going to be my shadow. So why not use some of the things we learned in previous lessons? I'm going to move this over and I'm just going to copy and paste these two. And I could do like a little cutout. I'm just going to use this, select them both, and use the shape builder tool. Hold Alt and get rid of those. Alt and drag. And look, I could put this whole area in shadow. And just like I did, stretch this out with the transparent areas. I could bring the opacity of that shadow down. And look at it, it's just a really, really subtle shadow. And then I also like to, add in a little shadow like this as well underneath the image. So with this one, because it's over top of the pear, I would want to send it to the back. So I can click on this, right click, arrange, and send back. So now my really simple image trace live paint image, it has a little bit more detail and just looks a little more three-dimensional than my original just flat single color painted image. So, and I could do little things up here as well and just kind of add a little bit of dimension to that. Just by adding the shadow, I almost feel like these highlights could go away. I have a lot of detail on mine, so it's kind of bothering me that it's covering up the black lines, but it does add a little something.